All right, guys, Good Old Boy 32 here. Check it out. What we're looking at are a variety of firearms, all chambered in some type of 30 caliber round. 300 Blackout, 7.62 by 39, and the latest and greatest of the addition to the AR-15 world by Wilson Combat. This is the 300 Hammer. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this guy for a considerable amount of time. I wanted to do my due diligence. I wanted to take it out. I wanted to shoot it. Now, last week, I had planned on taking it out and running it through the whole thing. Horrible weather, so I'm unable to do it last week. This week, we got a hurricane, so the weather's not really working with us. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take an opportunity to take this guy right here, and I wanted to show it to you in a full, detailed review on the tabletop. And then in that way, you can see exactly what you're getting for a rifle of this caliber. Now, the 300 Hammer. That is a rifle round in itself. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. This is a great little firearm right here, 300 Blackout. Everybody loves these guys. 7.62 by 39, AK-47. This is a great little firearm in itself, and I tell you what, I can't wait to take it out and see how it performs at long distance by putting a scope on it, seeing how it grooves. But I'm gonna tell you what I do know is I took this guy right here out, and in the first 20 rounds, actually rounds, I believe they were 7 through 12, sub-MOA. Rounds 13 through 18, sub-MOA. I was blown away. I shoot quite a bit. There are some rifles that I take out, and it takes me a while to warm up to. But this one right here, this specific rifle, this guy, out of the block, out of the shooting block, it performed exactly as it was advertised to do. Now, here's the difference. And we're going to talk about these guys right here. Here we have the 300 Blackout, 7.62 by 39, 300 Hammer, and a 5.56. Now, as you know, we'll go ahead and get rid of the 5.56 because it's not a comparison here. But a lot of people are asking me, what is the big deal with the 300 Hammer? And guys, that's going to have to be a video unto its own. The ballistics of this guy right here, absolutely impressive. They smoke, absolutely smoke the 300 Blackout, 7.62 by 39. This guy right here, 2,550 feet per second out of a 16.25 inch barrel. That in itself, the difference is this versus this. This is a Spear 125 TNT bullet. It's a hunting round. It's not even a precision round. Sub-MOA, 100 yards in the first 20 rounds. Absolutely unbelievable. These guys right here, that's going to be a video unto itself. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to go ahead and we are going to take this firearm and take it down, and we are going to go over all the individual parts and pieces and what you get. Now, am I going to demount the scope? Well, we might as well go ahead and do that. This is what you get. Absolutely beautiful billet. Unbelievable craftsmanship. And, well, it's Wilson Combat. I mean, it is what you're supposed to get out of that. I've had a lot of comments about why would you put this particular stock on a firearm of this caliber. Well, this is Rogers Super Stock. I don't know. It's pretty cool. But we're going to do it like this. It does have a locking lever, so you can lock it in position, and it does stabilize it up. It comes with a really pretty cool little deal here. And this particular model, this is Wilson Combat Ranger 300 Hammer. It was made, this rifle was made in March. Ethan Manning of Manning & Sons sent this rifle to me. Basically said, hey, listen, there's only a couple of these out on the market. I'm going to send it to you. I want you to shoot it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And that's where we're going. Now, this might be a lengthy video. Just like we always do, we're going to go from the rear to the front, and then we're going to tear it down. All right, so what do we have here? We have a AR-15 platform that weighs 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Let's go ahead and verify that and pull the scales out. All right, go ahead and let that zero out. There we are. Place it on there. Well, right now I'm coming out with 6 pounds, 5.9 ounces. Oops, wait a minute, guys. 6 pounds, 2.8 ounces. Zero it out again. 6 pounds, 2.8 ounces. All right, well, we're coming out a little bit better than what they managed on there. Moving forward, again, people are talking about this stock. What you got is a stock here. It has 2 lockable procedures. You can go ahead and nail it down right there. You've got a QD attachment point here and here. And I think what they were doing, the Ranger model, And again, there's like 5 different models. You've got the Ranger model, you have the Ultralight Ranger model, there's the Hunter model, the Tactical Hunter model, and finally the Bill Wilson Ranch Rifle model. All right, guys, so this thing right here came with a Lancer 20-round magazine. This is in 300 blackout. Pretty cool little deal. All right, so let's go ahead and take that thing off right there. We have a nice little mil-spec buffer tube right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions. All right, so the grip right here is basically a Wilson Combat / BCM with the Starburst symbol in there with a nice Wilson Combat symbol. You've got, and I like these grips right here. As a matter of fact, I have them on several of my firearms. Let me pull one out here. Ta-da! This is one of my favorites. This guy right here, this is the Deuce, and it's got to go on another upcoming build. I'm really looking forward to it. But that was a stippling job that I did for you guys. There it is. Check that out. All right, so we got a billet lower, and very nice 2-position safety selector switch. We'll go over the trigger here in a minute. Nice, look at that. Contoured on the front side right there. That's my sweat. You've got a nice little mag release here. The trigger guard is milled into it. But here's where the magic is. This is a Wilson Combat trigger. It's the 2-stage. Now watch the reset. Look at this. Look at that. That is absolutely wonderful. Now, a friend of mine tried to sell me one of those Wilson Combat 2-stage triggers a while back, and I just told him, you know what, I'm going to hold off from that. But I tell you what, after seeing what this thing can do, I'm looking like I might have to jump on this thing. What is the poundage on the trigger? Here we go. Let's find out. Pull up my old trusty scales here. Put it right there in the apex. And she's pulling it right at 3.75 pounds. That's not bad for, well, that's a Wilson Combat trigger. So here we go. One more time. Right in the apex of the trigger. Perfect. 3.75. Don't have any questions about that. We'll go ahead and disassemble it here in a second because, again, what are you getting in this total package for that amount of money? The Picatinny rail section up here is absolutely breathtaking. All right, so what we're looking at up front is a 12-inch M-LOK rail system. It comes with these 3 rubber rail covers right here. We'll go ahead and pull those off so you can see exactly what we're looking at there. A QD attachment point right here. A 1913 rail section right here to go ahead. You can either relocate it down here to put a bipod on it, relocate it over here to put a light on it. I like that new Arasaka deal. It would go really nice with this rifle. The way that handguard feels, it is absolutely incredible. Now, if you notice, the finish on this guy is impeccable. There's a little bit color difference between the handguard and the upper and lower receiver. All right, so the finish right here, what they call that's an armor tough finish. And basically it's applied over an anodized finish. But wow, look how beautiful that is. But I tell you what, the handguard, the way it feels just like that is absolutely phenomenal. That is really cool. I like that little stubby. It wants to be an ambidextrous, but it's not really an ambidextrous. It's pretty cool. That is the BCM Gunfighter. Now, which one is that? I've never seen that one. What I'm seeing is it looks like a conglomerate of BCM parts on this guy. So let's go ahead and pull it apart real quickly and take a look at the insides. Now, one of the things that I noticed earlier when I pulled this thing apart is that it is equipped with some of the nicest little items on the interior. So what do we got here? BCM Gunfighter charging handle. Now, I've taken this out and shot it. I wanted to do that prior to doing a tabletop review. This is the premium Wilson Combat bolt. It's a nickel boron or a nickel boron-like material. We'll go ahead and pull that apart here in a couple seconds as well. Taking a look at the lower receiver set. Now, the trigger system, as I mentioned before, was the 2-stage trigger. To be exact, this is the Wilson Combat Tactical Trigger Unit M2 number 4. So you can see the M2 on there. But it is a 2-stage trigger, absolutely beautiful. And I imagine that with any other trigger, it's probably going to go ahead and get a little bit better down the road. Okay, one of the things also I want to point out right here is if you can see that little rubber mounting piece. A lot of times the guys have a little Teflon screw tightening pieces up in there or an AccuWedge. This actually comes with it. Let's see what kind of buffer we got here. Well, the reason it's so tough to come out is that it is, well, we're going to have to, that's actually a flat leaf spring. Look at that, guys. That's nice as it can be. That buffer's really light as well. Let's go ahead and weigh that buffer out real quick. So that's a 3-ounce buffer, pretty standard, no big deal there. Nicely faced right there. Look at the details on the trigger guard. It is beveled all the way around here with the mag well. Very nicely done. You can go ahead and bring it in there. Okay, well that works. Very simple, very easy. Let's take a look at what we got up here in the front side. First of all, you got a billet upper. We've got M4 feed ramps. Pretty nice. You got a standard dust cover right there. It does have the Ranger inscribed in it right there with the Wilson Combat symbol. Nice brass deflector, Wilson Combat on the top. Very streamlined all the way across. That is absolutely breathtaking. The barrel is a match grade 1 in 15 twist. Now, that's the whole thing. The development of the round was specifically developed for this barrel, or vice versa. This is a lightweight barrel. As you can see, it does get a little thicker out here. This muzzle brake is really, really cool. What they call that is their Q comp. Now, the threading on this is 1/2 by 24, so just keep that in mind, 1/2 by 24. And look at that, all the way up to the front. Breathtaking. So basically, guys, that's it. That is the whole breakdown on this guy. And I know it's just another rifle. It's another very expensive rifle. Is it worth it? Well, that depends on the buyer. I know people out there who have $10,000, $15,000 sniper rifles. And are you going to go out and buy another rifle, AR platform, and a 30 caliber deal? Well, that's one of the things we're going to be talking about when we do the range performance on this deal. I will tell you this. I was incredibly impressed with it. This is not the 7.62 by 40 round that a lot of people thought it was. This thing has a lot more to offer. And we'll be talking about the round in a separate video. We're going to be doing a range video. I'm going to take this thing out to 600 yards and see how it works. Let's go ahead and put it back together. All right, so let's take a look at the bolt carrier group, and yeah, it is kind of on the greasy side because, you know, I always give it a little shot of lubricant before we do. This is their Wilson Combat. This is their mil-spec bolt and bolt carrier group. It's magnetically partically inspected. It has what they call the MP3 coating on it. Yeah, nickel boron, looks like. I'm not sure, but in any case, let's go ahead and open it up just to take a look, do our due diligence. Beautiful firing pin. Feels like it might be titanium. I can't confirm. Go ahead and take that out. Push this guy around. Now there's a big difference right there. There are not 3 rings, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. Okay, pretty good benefit there. Let's go ahead and pull the extractor off, see what we're looking like inside there. We've got the crane donut ring in there, and that's absolutely beautiful. Good looking finish inside, through and through. Ejector is ejectoring, so that's good. All right, I'm satisfied with that guy right there, I'll tell you that. That really slides nice. That's smooth. Gas key is staked. That is a proper staking job right there. Take a look at that. Flat wire spring. Look at that, guys. That's pretty incredible. Nice. And the only problem with that is it is a little bit tough to get in there and the detent spring pin. That'll help it go in. There we go. All right, I guess once you get used to that, that'll be fine. Again, I am really, that trigger, it is not gonna get anything but better. The bolt release, that is nicely done, milled. Look at that thing. That's held in also with a hex head screw. Now, here's the advantage. As you can see right here, that little donut ring right there, that's made of rubber. It's about 1/4 inch in height, and it will compress down, and that eliminates a lot of the movement in the upper and the lower receiver. A lot of benefits. A lot of benefits to that. A lot of people will argue. I am a big fan of it on precision rifles, not so much on a combat or tactical rifle. Okay, well, put the covers back on it here in a few minutes, but that's it. 300 HAMR. That is the rifle in itself. Beautiful rifle, nicely done. This is the Ranger model. There are about 4 or 5 other models as coming out or are already out. And it is designed specifically for this guy right here, the 300 HAMR. Look at the difference in the sizes between that and a 300 Blackout. Notice the neck doesn't start necking down until basically the 300 Blackout is finishing up. And I imagine that because it uses a regular 5.56 M16 bolt, that you'll be able to come out and start reloading these things, which will be a huge advantage. That's it, gentlemen. Ladies, if you have any questions about this guy right here, the 300 HAMR in itself, please don't hesitate in asking. And again, I appreciate everybody's time in this deal. And if you would, please go ahead and check out Manning & Sons out there in Illinois. They're one of the top carriers of Wilson Combat Firearms, CZs, whatever else, man. He's got it all. But Atlas pistols, yeah. All right, guys, ScotoBoy32. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. We always end it like this. Support the red, white, and blue. God bless America. God bless those men, women in uniform. 24/7 for our freedom. This freedom comes in, 300 blackout at 2,550 feet per second. Wow. ScotoBoy32, out.